Everybody's Brett, your thankful carnivore with my beautiful wife slash sidekick, Carnivore Art Life over here. And it's another episode of Ask Danielle. So I understand that you had a experience with a vegan personal trainer yesterday. Could you share a bit about your experience, please?
Well, I've never spoken with a personal trainer about exercise or fitness or anything like that. So in that regard, it was very interesting. I also thought it was interesting that he volunteered this information that he was vegan for 4 years. This conflicts a little bit with a story you'll hear in a minute. So he told me that, but he didn't expound on it. He didn't say why he did it or why he wasn't still eating that way, whereas I did go on a bit about, since the door was open, about nutrition and weight loss and getting it fit and my goals as far as being at the gym. So I was able to wax eloquent about carnivore and explain the changes that I had seen, my weight loss and that sort of thing. I did also find it interesting that when I confessed that the last thing on the list of stuff I needed to do was to stop drinking coffee, that he confessed that he drank, as he put it, lots of coffee. Lots of coffee. And he said that more than once, although he did make sure I knew that he drank his coffee black, that because his mother told him to. Anyway, he was a very nice guy, and he was helpful. But I just thought it was kind of funny that he said that about being vegan, but then he didn't tell me anything about why even tell me about it if it apparently is irrelevant, other than it's something he likes to say about himself. Maybe he feels it defines him in some kind of way, but he did say was vegan for 4 years.
That's a very interesting difference, because this is the same individual that I got to see the week before. And he's very good at what he does as far as a personal trainer goes. And we mean no disparagement toward this individual whatsoever. But when he met me, he was very insistent. His eyes were that big around when I described that I just eat meat and drink water and all I eat is bacon and ground beef, et cetera, et cetera. And finally he just blurted out, well, I am vegan. So I wonder what's happened in a week. And he told me he was vegan for ethical reasons, not because of dietary reasons.
He didn't say anything about the whys.
So I think there's a mystery here,
yeah.
And over time, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But until then, I also am happy, before I get into this, it's a good puppy. You're now looking at 3 carnivores who only eat meat. And this one eats only raw meat.
Yeah.
So why don't
there might be some leftover cooked meat in with his hodgepodge, but I'll talk about him going raw from the canned food, which he liked the canned food okay. I only bought 2 kinds. One was one flavor made by Old Roy, and the other was one flavor by Pedigree. They were the only ones that didn't have any grains or soy or pea protein or other kinds of crap in them.
Even that, though, they still had rice.
Even they still had some rice, and they still had yams, which, why?
Because dogs have been roaming the earth, digging up yams all for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, I won't get into the arguments I get on Facebook about dog food, but I did tell the vet at his last appointment, which was his 12-week appointment for his inoculation and a couple of minor things. And I informed them that he was going to be going to the raw food now that he was 12 weeks, and they were 100% on board with that. Nobody had anything to comment about, oh no, don't let your dog eat bones. So he loves his meal, which is a mixture of leftover chicken, really, from when I make broth, and I throw all those cooked bones away, and I take all of the meat and skin and whatever, and that goes into his food mixture along with any Ground beef I might have got cheap on sale, and pork, and a lot of chicken. And then for bones, he eats chicken feet. And he loves his chicken feet, because you should give about 10 to 20% of their diet should be bones and meaty bones. And his quote-unquote snack food are beef neck bones, which have a certain amount of meat on them. And he likes those actually better. The marrow bones, he'll eat the marrow out of them, and as soon as marrow's gone, he's not all that interested in that bone anymore. But the neck bones, he will keep gnawing on them, and so they're a big win.
Neck bones are
He
awesome.
put on a ton of weight. At 12 weeks, he weighed 16 pounds. So he's gained 6 pounds since we got him. So that was 6 pounds in a month. And he's gotten bigger. I've had to get him a new harness, new collar. Had to make the collar bigger. And so, he's growing, and the whole neighborhood loves him. We take him for a walk, and everybody has something to say about a puppy.
Definitely. The neck bones are great babysitters.
Yeah, they'll keep him occupied for a while.
If there's music work, or I need to get some work done for something related to this way of eating, can't have a puppy underfoot or making noise, barking, etc. Giving one of those neck bones, and he is busy for at least 2 hours, uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that's this week's episode of Ask Danielle. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to join up with us here when we have these little discussions. If you have any questions to ask Danielle in the future,
please post in the comments section.
Yes, in the comments, and we will get to them as soon as possible. Have a great day, my friends. Do the things you need to do to take care of you. Eat your meat, drink your water,
I drink my water.
and always be thankful. Take care.